If you could please help me track down this woman that hit me. This is a hit and run. This is a picture of my car. So this happened Pittstown, New Jersey, December 4th, 8 a.m. On the intersection Quakertown Road and Pittstown Road in Pittstown, New Jersey. I was driving down Pittstown Road, and a woman, she was coming out of Quakertown Road in a black truck with black cap, so it kind of looked like an SUV type of thing. She was looking up. All of a sudden, I get a split second view of this woman. She was looking up, down, left, right. She seemed totally out of it. She came right out in front of me. The only thing I could do was swerve to the left. She hit the entire passenger side of my car. It felt like she didn't even put her foot on the brake. She just destroyed this runs the whole length of the entire passenger side of my car. It sent my car tail spinning, swerving all over the road. I almost hit some cars head on. There was this one woman that I locked eyes with. I almost hit her head on. I pulled over on the side of the road, called 911, and meanwhile the woman that hit me, she was in a black truck, and later my auto body guy was pulling Toyota parts out of my car. So this is a Toyota. She was in a small black truck with black cap, so it kind of looked like an SUV type of thing. I have a faint memory of it having like a white horizontal stripe on the back. And the woman, she was around 5'7", olive skin tone, long brown hair, half up in a ponytail, slender face. This is how out of it she was. Got out. She was in the middle of the intersection. Her truck was like crawling in the middle of the intersection, like slow. Just think slow, and slow driver. And she got out of her truck in the middle of the intersection. And this is drunk people for you. They're just imagine your head spinning, like, you get out in the middle of the intersection, you don't pull over or anything. And she looks at the damage of her truck, and before you know it, she takes off. I'm on the phone with 911, and I told them, I said, I'm fine. Please track the woman down. I told them what she looked like, what she was driving, the road she'd be on, and they reassured me completely that they were handling it. And about 10 minutes, I felt like it was like 10 minutes later, one cop shows up. I said, oh, so are they looking for her? And he said, no, I'm the only one on this case. And I just looked at him like, you've got to be kidding me. And meanwhile, this morning, I had that morning of the accident, I woke up at like 3 a.m. to go take care of my horse. So he's in some of my other videos. Uh, I got him 10 years ago at the auction, and I rescued him from the auction, and like a year ago he had a benign tumor wrapped around his intestine. It was like this whole, I almost lost him, the whole crazy surgery, everything, $19,000 surgery. And like he's all better now. So I was taking care of him. I woke up at like 3 a.m. It was taking care of him, and then I was just planned just the right amount of time to get home, change, and go to my grandmother's funeral. And literally because of this accident, I had to call my dad, who literally just lost two of his immediate family members within the past um, couple weeks, and tell him that I wasn't going to be able to make it in time to the funeral. And so the cop, he casually took my information, and then afterwards, I mean, this point you're thinking it's like you're talking like 20 minutes after the accident, he went and searched for the woman. The more I hear, I talked to the witness, I found her name and I talked to her, and then I've had other people tell me leads and everything. And the more I hear, the more frustrating it is, because this woman that hit me, I mean, you can't even imagine how she got to the intersection of Quakertown and Pittstown Road with how out of it she was. She would have been so easy to capture. So anyway, so I took my car to the first auto body guy, and then the appraiser looked at my car and said my car was bananaed, and then the first auto body guy was saying it would cost $17,000 to $20,000 to fix the car. Bananaed is when there's such an impact to the passenger side, it bows out, the driver's side bends the frame of the car. And then I ended up taking the appraiser, long story short, because the car is depreciated in value and it's old, it's got 317,000 miles on it now. The appraiser totaled the car and told me that he would give me $2,800 um for the because that's the worth of the car, and that's it. And yeah, imagine being told that your bill to fix the car is $17,000 and the insurance is going to give me 2,800. He wanted to give me 2,800 and take the car, or 2,200 and I could keep the car, and I'm like, 22, I'll take 2,200 and keep the car, because selling, if even if I sold the car for parts, it's still, I can make more than $600 for it. So that's a way they just jip you off. So anyway, I took it to a second auto body guy, and he's an expert at fixing frames and everything. He's done it, fixed a lot of banana new cars usually. And he said the frame is not bent, the car is not bananaed. $8,000 total. So long story short, $8,000 minus 2,200 I'm getting from insurance. It left me $5,800 to pay out of my own pocket. Insurance also took they also took $1,000 deductible from me because the woman was not found. So anyway, if you could spread this around a black Toyota truck, it's going to have a unique identifier to it if found. If you can't capture a slow woman smacking between a bunch of police stations, how can you capture true criminals? It's a very sad, the bad example that was set. How people like this are just let to get away and do this to someone else. So hopefully, not hopefully, she'll be found. I don't want her doing this to anybody else. So anyway, if you could share this far and wide. I know some of my viewers are from overseas. I have no idea why you're watching my videos, but if you could share this far and wide. And people get annoyed with me when I say things. All I have to say is if the shoe fits. A lot of the times, basically all I do is state the facts. So these are the facts, this is what happened. So if you have a problem with the facts, then please change your ways. So I'm planning to save the car. This is not the craziest thing I have ever done. This car has been through a lot. 317,000 miles, 50 miles through Hurricane Ida while the hurricane was going on. If you don't know Hurricane Ida, oh man, some of the stuff. I heard this one girl during it, she was down around the circle, 202 circle. She got swept in through a tunnel, like into a tunnel when she was in her car, and spit out on the other side and lived. It was horrible. Google it. Lost my steering on 78, and if you're wondering what happens when you lose your steering on 78, you're literally stopped in the middle of like the left lane of 78. Lost my brakes. I just got off of 280. These are some other stories. Just got off of 287 onto 206. Lost my brakes on 206. I kind of just ran my car off into the gravel, pulled the emergency brake. There are so many cop stories, it's not even funny. Very heavily stereotyped car. This one, he gave me a 4-point speeding ticket. And he gave it to me, and then I started asking him, like, I'm like, hey, can I ask you a question? He got all nervous, and I was like, I started asking him about just some legal advice about my one friend that stole stuff from me. I think the worst was, I think I was pulled over like 3 times on my way from like an hour away, an hour drive, pulled over 3 times. This is when I had a taillight out. God forbid you have a taillight out in a car like that, you'll get pulled over like 3 times. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm trying to transport the car, and it wasn't like a light that. I had another time on Route 80, there was a young kid that came into my lane and did a pit maneuver on my car when we were going high speed, almost flipped my car. Police report 100% sided with me, and the insurance defied the police report. The list goes on. Please share my story.